Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is the game 1 the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play by email match against Deaniks. He is a Japanese player, and for me it is the Allied side. 11th February 42, another turn. Another opportunity for me to strike against the Japanese attempt to take over the Dutch East Indies in Malaya. There's a Japanese submarine here at Rangoon, in shallow water, risky, but so far I wasn't able to sink it. My small Dutch-British flotilla is back to bombard Mersing. Not more much left, but still some damage on the ground. The British cruiser formation at Rangoon is also still busy. Fine. In my Dutch-British more or less a Dutch-American submarine fleet here at south coast of Vietnam. Not too successful. That is of course always related to how strong is the traffic by Japanese ships there. So I detect this enemy invasion fleet, and this maybe will create an opportunity for me in the next turns to do something. If the competition or the setup of the enemy fleet is standard Japanese light invasion fleet, something like this, then I have maybe something strong enough to take it on. First my ground attacks against Singapore, and today the not really much to show for, but maybe stress for the Japanese. And yeah, there was a Japanese unit crossing from Pegu directly and is now behind the line in Rangoon, so I start to bombard it. But I think this is jungle, so don't expect much casualties. But I won't pin them down, because there is a potential threat, let's say this. I will explain this maybe at the end of the turn. Oh, good. Well, not good. I don't know if here are still Japanese dive bombers. So now I have a location of the Kiryu Butai, source of Nomai. And it's cost me only a light cargo ship. That is a very small price to pay for this important information. Yeah, good. No success here. But if I'm not wrong, every attack of a submarine will have at least a chance to increase the experience of the submarine, of the crew. So even if it's failed, maybe the 10-20 failed attacks, I get some more experience, and this will increase chance to be more successful in the future. Good. This is only bombardment. This is my block force. It's retreating into the jungle. So the highway is open. and bombardment at Singapore. So the Japanese, they'll have only one half decent strong division here. The Thai regiments, they only meet in the second division. So two divisions are so-so, but this is, I would say, not enough to really take the city. Good. Only bombardments. So not too much action here today, so check the after action report. So there was not much action or from the Japanese side. Still they lost 2 torpedo bombers by ops. Okay. You can still see that the ratio is in favor for the allies. What is a little strange, but okay. I don't want to discuss too much about this topic, but I have still the feeling that there's not enough pressure by the Japanese player, Deaniks in this case, to push me around. Normally these are the days and months where the Japanese push. If you saw all my Japanese playthroughs, you always see that they always go often maybe to the limits, sometimes over the limits, but I at least try to break the allies early on. Good, so there was also no sinking sound, but I lost one French mini cargo ship for patrol duty. Good, nothing really to discuss in Hawaii, nothing to discuss at Alaska or California or elsewhere. And we can maybe jump directly to Fiji. Also, no one here so far, no submarine plague here. That is good. But Kido-Butai is source of Nomaya. You can see 6 hexes or 4 hexes northeast of Norfolk Island. So my cargo ship gets destroyed, fine. But now I can confirm here is the enemy carrier. Means still far away from all shipping at Pago, Suva. I already have here now, I think already some days, but I have here one fighter wing from the US coast shipped over. This is not enough to completely stop the enemy carrier strike, but it will hurt if the Kido-Butai is coming without sweeps directly first. And I have also American long-range Catalinas here, so I can see where, I mean, this is too far away for me. I have only range of 16, but it is early warning. Here's my next support base between Pago and Suva. I have also, but only one fighter wing. This is the one fighter what belongs to Suva, to be correct. So I can transfer them. And then everything is fine. I'm back in one form. Good. So, but not really wasting too much time here. East coast of Australia is also fine. I have some ships under repair all the time, of course. Engine damage. I also start to upgrade all these Oama class cruisers to anti-aircraft cruisers. You can see that then I have 6 5-inch dual purpose guns. This is the heavy flag stuff, what is really helping the fleet later on. And in Sydney, I don't know, I think in Sydney I also convert some stuff. 2 more are here in Sydney. So 3 light cruisers are in Australia, changing to light anti-aircraft cruisers. Because I think they are not, there's no light or heavy anti-aircraft cruisers, but I would call them more light anti-aircraft cruisers. They're still not true built anti-aircraft cruisers. And in Townsville, the amount of troops are increasing. I have also a lot of stuff here under repair. This is all the damaged equipment. I don't know what happened here, but I think they are all 14 centimeter light cruiser engagement. And also some other cruisers are here. I must only keep in mind that in April I have to upgrade all the port land cruisers to radar equipment. You can see radar, and that will really be a game changer, at least for night battles. So I won't normally keep these ships alive and reach April. Once it's April, I can maybe be a little more aggressive with this kind of cruisers, because the next upgrades after this are only increasing flag power, and it's October, so that is a little too far off to wait. And after this, you're only getting even better radar, but I think this is then totally, this is 2 years later. So I say in April I will really start to be much more active and aggressive to strike back. Now it's still a little early to be reckless. I still have here submarines at the enemy location where there's landing forces, but I only use submarines now. I don't want to risk too much. I also see that the shipping coming to Rabaul. I also see that the base is building up slowly, but the same as at Port Moresby. Who's faster, I don't know. It's only for me. I have here, you can see already tons of aircraft waiting to be deployed. But problem for me is now Port Moresby need normally an airfield of level 8 to really have enough aviation support to run here B-17s. I could use also B-24, 25s, but this is just at the range limit, and I have no fighter cover. So I'm not sure if I want to use medium bombers without escorts. If this is Rabaul, I mean, if it's a small unprotected base, I would say try. So there's this fleet. I realized there's an opportunity, so I try to bring this 2 light cruisers and the 2 destroyers. So this is all what is left. This is C-class light cruisers. You can see all outdated, not the best one. And Perth is a modern destroyer, I would say, because they have already twin-mounted turrets in centerline setup. So this ship is 28 durability, and that one is only 22. You can see the tonnage is also different. Much lighter, shorter, and smaller ship. Anyway, so this is a cruiser formation. I try to intercept and destroy this formation. And at the same time, I also have here some, no, not here, but I have in Darwin. Oh, maybe not now. Okay, and they are still here. I will maybe bring from Townsville some dive bombers over, because these are all these air wings I had on Lexington, and Lexington is lost, and also Charlotte. But I only lost the ships, but not the air wings. So the air wings are full ready for action, and the experiences and skill are going up. So soon, I would say March, latest April, it's really time to strike back. The rest is the same. No real change, no sign change, no change, no change, no change. Everything is here the same. Everything's nothing really new. So what is new was this that this Japanese unit was able to cross here, and now is walking south. So this is why I have to bomb it to slow it down, because the risk is if this unit is able to enter Rangoon, it will close the border, and then I have no opportunity to connect to the countryside of Burma, Hinterland. So I have to rush now my own unit north, and I think I use, I don't know what I use. Yeah, I use the full 17th India Division, because I was not sure what unit this is and how strong they are. I think it's this maybe a light tank unit or something like this. No, it looks like maybe a Navy Guard unit. Now I have information. Before I was not sure what it is. So I sent the division also moving, and I have I can like move mode. If I use airstrikes, then the enemy must normally move in combat mode, so I'm faster. So, but would we stupid if the Japanese are closing the border, because then I have only the chance to reopen the border once I kicked out the Japanese out of the hex. That is of course a much tougher task. Good. China looks fine, really not much to talk about, and Philippines also looks all fine, nothing to talk about. In Japan I have submarines more in positions, but with not really working torpedoes is the other topic. And I think that is all to discuss. There was a question, I think, for some support ships, but I'm not more sure if I can remember. But yeah, so I try to use all the smaller islands to build up my bases. I also use this, and that is really useful. So long the Japanese don't take all these dot bases, you can always sneak in some AVP, like this one. You send the AVP to an island, have some supply loaded, and this will provide seaplane support. Means I can now run from this dot base with anything else some seaplanes, and they can search for me, and that is useful. This is why the Japanese really need to take all these dot bases, or there's always a possibility that the allied player is sneaking behind your supply line, something, see some task force moving around, tanker task force, and then send some fast light cruisers or destroyers to intercept. I also see here some ships coming. But again, I don't want to use a full-out airstrike against Rabaul because there can be maybe dozens or hundreds of aircraft already in Rabaul, and I don't know it. I don't see them coming for me, so it's a waiting game. I think we both build up the locations, and yeah, we see. I have here forward base. Also, here's a supply ship for submarines and a navy search, certain float plane tender, seaplane tender supply ship. Both are inside the base, hiding, but providing submarines with torpedoes and providing navy search with aviation support. So you can check the map, you can see here +6. +6, always a plus number, is only navy or float plane support. So the plus number is always float plane. It doesn't matter if it's a float boat or a float plane. That doesn't matter for the game, but it will. This kind of number will never support land-based aircraft. So you can have 10,000 float plane support. An army fighter on the ground will still not have any maintenance. Good, see you next time. Take care, bye-bye.